Hey, my garden tools. It is Saturday evening and it's getting late. And so I decided to come out and spray my plants. But y'all, should have sprayed a couple of days ago. I want to say I was being lazy, but y'all, sometimes you just don't get a chance to get to stuff. But this is what happens when you wait too long. So here's my greens in here. And actually, the mustard greens are all looking good, but y'all look at this. Toe up from the flow up. And the one next to it, and there was some little bitty worms that were just chowing down. I got rid of the worms already, so I can't show you what they look like. Oh wait, there's one. I think he's dead though. Y'all see him? He's not moving, but y'all, I was kind of scared to touch him, but there he is. I don't know if you can see him. I think he's alive because he's hanging on to my hand. Oh. There we go. Y'all see him? Little bastard. He's going away. Y'all say bye-bye. Bye-bye. So I sprayed this plant really good. So there was a few of those guys. I also sprayed the dirt as well. Y'all looking with me. Y'all see anything? Make sure they're not hiding. Well, it's a little bit of leaf left for me, so I'm gonna close these back up now. But again, everything else was looking pretty good. And so I am gonna close this up and continue spraying the garden. So another thing are aphids. They are starting to attack my okra plants. Now look at that, all over. I missed this leaf. So I'm gonna spray this with neem oil. Y'all, the battle has truly started. Look at this. Look at that. That's all aphids. I knew they were gonna attack these. These are the asparagus beans. So they love bean plants. So I'm just gonna do as much spraying as that's the most infested piece that I found, but here we go. Y'all look crazy in the mug. But okay, I sprayed my greens. And I also sprayed the cucumber plants. I did them with BT as a preventative. And then I also sprayed some of the tomato plants. I didn't do all of them because y'all was a spider web in that cage and I didn't want to go in there. And I sprayed just the bottom leaves of the asparagus beans with the neem as well. And I sprayed my morning glories because they have a little bit of I feel like the spider mites tried to get in there, but they're not. But I sprayed it anyway just in case as a preventative measure. Yeah, I vaccinated this garden. So not only did I spray the places that were infected, but I sprayed some places that might get infected. And y'all, I want to show you what the comfrey plant is looking like now. So I actually gave the comfrey some shade today. And it's still kind of laid down. It's mostly in recovery mode, but y'all look. It just looks terrible. I didn't get a chance to get the dead leaves off. Look at that. But I will do that in the morning because I'm running out of time right now. I know I'm going to have to just cover this side with shade already. It was really hot today. It was in the 90s, the low 90s, and the sun was very intense. That's the thing. Like, it could be 70 degrees, but down here the sun is like so intense that some of the plants can't take it. When I first started gardening, I noticed that the plants very quickly were succumbing to the sun, and so I shaded everything. But this year what I wanted to do is just, y'all, I'm gonna let the plants tell me when they're ready to get shaded. Now the beans have had a little bit of sunburn, but it hasn't been that bad, so I just left them because I'm super hardening off my plants. I'm gonna see how much sun they could take before they're like, hello, like that comfrey plant. So now I'm covering the comfrey plant, but I'm uncovering it at nighttime because if it rains, the way I had it covered could cause a problem, and I'll talk about that later on. So today, I know I didn't show you all much. I'm kind of like jibber jabbering more than anything else. But I actually worked on some indoor projects, so I'll be showing you all those maybe on a different video. But for now, your girl is done out here in the garden. Everything is okay. But I have to say, sometimes like when you see the aphids come in or you see holes in your stuff, you just want to say, I quit. I quit. I don't want to do the gardening thing. It causes high anxiety. I know y'all. I got y'all on that one. But if you work quickly to alleviate whatever problem it is or fix it, you'll feel better. So y'all don't quit your garden, okay? Because sometimes I be wanting to quit, but I'm not going to quit, so y'all don't quit either. All right, I'll see you on the next clip. I wanted to show you all this. I'm looking out towards the street from my garden, and this is a magnolia tree. It belongs to my neighbors. Y'all look at those blooms. I don't know if you can see them. I'm kind of far from them, but I wanted to show you before they turn brown and fall off, because that's what they do. They're so pretty. This is the Eden trellis here, and the reason why I call it Eden is because it was the first garden spot or first trellis that I had, so I call it the Eden trellis. And I would say about a week ago, we had a storm with high winds, and because it has the shade cloth on here, it really loosened up the stakes that I had on the side here. And they're kind of old, and so I went and I purchased some T-posts to put in here. So here's a little bit of a closer look. Right here is a T-post, and then this is the old post that was in here. And instead of putting the T-posts on the outside, I put them on the inside. So here you can see them a little bit better. Right there. I just attached them with some zip ties, because y'all, zip ties will give you life in your garden, trust me. So this side is pretty much straight. However, I just wanted to show you before I fixed the other side. Now you can see how much it has shifted over. Y'all, so one day I just came out here and I looked and I was like, this trellis is really wonky. So I knew I was gonna have to do something to kind of fix it up. So you can see how far off it was from the original post. So now I'm just gonna put some zip ties on it, and then it's gonna be straight again. I just knocked the T-post in with my hammer and all is well. So now we're straight, and the trellis actually sits up a lot better now. So I don't have to duck as much when I go in here. So all fixed. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all, it is very foggy this morning. I just came out. I haven't even looked through the garden, so y'all got a lot to talk about today because I didn't come on, I think, like for 2 days. It is Monday now, and so this morning my plan is just to do a walkthrough and do some harvesting, and that's about it. I'm not gonna do any work because I need to focus on some other things right now, but I wanted to take you all through the garden with me. Y'all, it rained a lot last night, and these pots got some like mold on the top. They got really, really wet. So I don't know what the mold is that's on the top of these pots. They don't have anything planted in them just yet. I need to take my plant babies back out because of thunderstorm last night. Oh, look in there. Y'all, we got peas. So, y'all, I cannot take peas off with one hand, so I'm probably gonna have to come back and get this. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got a pea, a garden snack. I'm gonna eat that. It's kind of flat, but I'm gonna eat it. Y'all, I can see the spider webs everywhere now. I don't know if you can see it. Y'all see that? That's one thing about the fog. When it's foggy, you can see where all the spider webs are. So I'm gonna get my spider stick because they're everywhere. These tomatoes got some blooms. We'll get them a little shakety. Another one with some blooms. Yeah, my camera work today is terrible. And I noticed my basil's flowering down here, so I'm just gonna pinch that off. It smells delicious. It's Still no red bell peppers yet. Yo, these peppers are humongous. I got a lot of jalapenos that could probably be picked. Yo, this is supposed to be chives, but I really don't think there's any chives growing in here. I need to replant this. My gladioluses are falling over. I'm gonna cut these because they're not gonna stand up. And I do believe we have mint in here and some other little weedage that I need to go through and weed, and then the oregano down here at the bottom. Now look at those geraniums. I made this planter fall over yesterday by mistake, but everything's still alive in here. I need to remulch. Finally, these are the blonde bell peppers. They are growing, and they're growing abundantly. You see them? Got them on all the plants. I got 3 blonde bell pepper plants. So the peppers are in full production. This is the banana peppers. I also topped my coluses because I wanted the offshoots to come out so that they would be bushier. And they're still alive. They look fantastic, actually. All the plant babies looking good. Y'all look, that's the Vimy mandibella. That's how high it is now. I'm gonna let it go up some more before I start training it back down the pole. And this is the carrot patch. And I was hoping this was gonna be an okay spot because of the runoff from the house, and it looks like everything survived. I planted all the rest of the celery yesterday, so yay for that. I also pulled off all of the dead leaves off of my comfrey plants, and I have been shading them, so they're gonna get some shade today. I couldn't believe how the comfrey just like laid down. It was so hot. But y'all, it's gonna be almost 100 degrees in a few days. So the temperatures are rising really bad. I have been trying to figure out ways that I can shade almost everything because it's gonna be way too hot. It's gonna be ridiculously hot this summer, I believe. So we'll see. I have to stand back to kind of show y'all this tomato plant. I kept telling you how tall it is. It's almost at the top of the cage now. So we're gonna see what happens. And I have it sitting all the way on the ground. So there's nothing I can do. It's gonna go up through the cage, up through the trellis. But I don't know if y'all can see, but there's a little bitty tomato there. Yay! Ooh, look at that tomato. It's coming out. Ooh, that's a different shape. Yay! Let's give these cages a shake. If I shake one, they all shake. Did y'all see that? Look back there. There's an interloper in my yard. My poor pink roses, they took a beating yesterday. I probably just need to deadhead these. Look at my red ones. You can also see some beans back here hanging out. I'm probably gonna get those and eat those today. Yeah, I've been picking beans off here like crazy. They're like all up at the top here. Cucumber coming on. I also found one hiding behind the trunk. Yeah, my bean patch, it took a beating yesterday too. I need to get in here. There's a bunch of beans in here that need to be taken off. And we have good growth on the watermelon, which is on this back row back here. Always just kind of take a peek at those. Look at my okra plants. They're actually, I think they're gonna start producing very soon. I've just been taking a peek at the back of the leaves because I did get a pile of aphids. This one maybe could be rinsed. I don't need to water anything today, so the aphids can have a party. I fixed this trellis yesterday, and by mistake, I pulled that loofah plant out. Now I know the roots are really shallow, but I replanted it back in, and it's okay. I just need to remulch that as well. Now look at the leaves on these two. Quite different from the one that first went up, but they're going up the trellis, so I'm gonna have to figure out something different for the shade cloth, because once it gets up there, I need to move it so that the loofah will have some place to run. And I need to harvest some of my greens. I know it's hard for y'all to see. Some of these greens are humongous. And just trying to take a peek. Some of them have holes in it because I got those worms off, but I think they're doing okay now. I also topped some of my zinnias, so this one has been topped and this one has been topped. Y'all look at this little plant. He's making ground cherries. Y'all, these bags are holding water, which is what I want, but on some of them I think they're holding too much water. Y'all, look at this strawberry. I'm gonna leave them on here because part of it is white still. Yay! Now, this is my strike beans. I planted 2 beans in each hole. There should be 2 beans here and 2 beans here, and nothing has come up. I may just replant those, but everything else is coming up, and I need to like cull some of these. This is all sunburn. So what I did was I put up some more stakes, and I have like some lanterns on here. Y'all already had these lanterns. They've been in my house, hiding away for years. So I decided to put them out here and enjoy them. But I put these up here so I would be able to put some shade cloth over this. So I'm gonna see how that's gonna work out. And this plant is making some serious peas as well. Here's one right here. I'm gonna take that off today. Here's one. They're almost hard to find. This one was kind of retarded. So I'm gonna take some peas off. I don't know if this plant is gonna make it through this week, because like I said, it's gonna be 97 degrees in a few days. Y'all, can y'all see this spider web? The only reason why I can see it is because of the fog. There it is. Y'all see it? It's right here. Y'all know how I feel about the spiders, but I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna let that spider web ride because he's not really in a spot to mess with anything, and I think it's like a little spider. Somebody told me those small spiders are called bob spiders, so I need to look those up. Haven't seen no big gargantuan spiders, because if I did, I don't know what I would do. Y'all hear Mr. Rooster back there? Oh, I have a few more things I want to show you all that I did over the weekend. First of all, I bought these cute little succulents because I'm going to start a succulent garden. So, hence, I need to learn how to take care of succulents. I don't know if I showed you all of this or not. This is the purslane, and it got really watered yesterday. It looked like some dookie in there. Make sure I don't touch that. And some spider webs. And this is edible, but it had a flower yesterday. So I'm excited to see what this is gonna do. I also topped this zinnia as well. It already feels like it's growing back. Y'all look at this. This is the palette, one of the palettes that I found the last time you saw this. It had like a lot of stuff on there. I removed all the packing stuff off of it, and I got this off of somebody's curb, but I painted it. So if y'all wanna know how I did this, I mean, y'all, let me just tell you, I just used some kids paint on here and painted it, and that was it, some craft paint, and I stuck it out here, and it looks marvelous. I love all the colors in here. And also here this is like an oil pan that I got from the dollar store. I've had it for a long time. Put some holes in it, some dirt, and these are all the cuttings from everything that I kind of cut off. So we got some coluses, we have some zinnias in here. So I'm gonna see how they grow. So this is a bit of an experiment. So I'm gonna try to keep it out of the sun, and because I know the sun is gonna just like kill it off. Y'all, let's observe. Look at this plant. It's crazy. Yeah, that's one hydrangea. Here's the second one, and this one is still budding. Got nothing yet. Nothing but a nice little spider web. You see that spider web right there. We have more heads on the sunflower, so I'm excited to see how they're gonna come out. It's like about 4 sunflowers. I'm always sad when the sunflowers die, because I'm like, oh, they're gone and I'm not gonna see them anymore. This time I decided to just take the sunflower head off because there was no signs of life as far as more sunflower heads to come on that plant. So I'm glad that I just kind of just let it sit there, and now more heads are coming on. So we're gonna see how that does. All right, so I'm just going to harvest a few things, and then I'm gonna head in the house, and maybe later on today I'll come out and do a little bit more work.